You sent me recruits on the road.
Oh, that's an interesting case. So the number one quarterback in the 2026 class is visiting Sacramento State, an FCS school. Do you want to know why? Because Sacramento State is getting a huge NIL collective right now. So they might pay him an insane amount of money to come there. So pretty interesting that he took the visit. And, yeah, that is a very small school. So, well, FCS school. So, but yeah, small school.
I've heard this in other podcasts too, that, you know, you're going to have guys like that going to like a smaller school for the bag. Like,
I mean, look what Travis Hunter did. Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Wait, like, Jacksonville. Yeah. No.
And he could transfer too out of there, but this quarterback. But, you know, here's the thing. Like, if you're getting offers from like Bama, Tulane, and whoever, and Tulane offers you a ton of money to go there, like, you're probably going to take it, man. Like, if you're in high school and you come from nothing, which a lot of these players do, and then they get offered $10 million to go to Tulane, like, you're going to go there. Depending on the contract, whatever it is, you could still leave. But yeah, man, like, that's what NIL does. Like, it brings money into it, which makes it almost more fair, if you will. But yeah. And then, Brett, we've got
Did you talk about the weight gain and like the transfers and stuff?
So I talked about, so we'll get into the lifting here. PSU Football Froud has been posting a lot. Didn't get into the weight gain, but got into but we'll get into like transfers and recruiting and all that. But
you look in the background, the receivers are there, the new ones. Monte Ross.
That's Kyron Hudson, I think.
Kyron Hudson and Devontae Ross. In the background. Number 5 is Devontae Ross.
Yeah, Kyron Hudson put on, you said, what, 16 pounds or something like that?
No, Kyron Hudson was already built. Devontae Ross, the skinny one, he went from 161 to like 176, 177. Big jump. He's like 5'11", so he's – huh?
Where'd you see that?
Penn State Rivals. They posted the weight gains. Devontae Ross went up 16 pounds. Owen Wafel went up 15 pounds. So Owen Wafel's probably close to 300. And then Anaya White, your guy, up 20 pounds. So that's good.
It's definitely my guy.
And then they were true freshmen that they were talking about too. Or like the early enrollees.
Lamont Payne, he's what, a second-year guy?
Second, I think this would be – so I think he'll be a redshirt sophomore this season. You know what I mean? So this is his third year. Lamont Payne was a – Quentin Martin's been putting in work. If you listen to the report, did you see Chuck Losley did – Chuck Losley did like a whole –
got on there.
Chuck Losley did a whole video on everybody, and he said Quentin Martin's got a different mindset this year. So,
friend of mine who I used to work as a trainer with, he used to do this, or he'd be in there spotting guys. I believe these guys are like interns, pretty much. He's with like women's field hockey or something now, lacrosse or something. He's mainly in East area. Yeah, the sign of a real gym, man, is the size of the dumbbell. So those are 110s. I think they go up to, let me see, 140s right here in the bottom left.
That's legit there.
If you don't have like at least 150s in your weight room, it's not a real gym. I've gotten 135s for 2 flat bench, I think. And the hardest, you can see the size of the weights, man. Like, these are smaller.
Yep.
You get up to these bigger weights. Like when I did 135, they're so big that you can't bring it in. Like they're so big, you know?
Yeah.
So when I did the 135s, like my grip is like way out because they're so big, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of weight that, dude, it's heavy. It's heavy, man. That's 135. That's 270 pounds in dumbbells. And barbell, you can kind of cheat. You can go one hand to the other, but dumbbells you can't. So they got some big weights in there. But would you say that was on PSU what? PSU Rivals? I think he froze. Brett, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, Penn State Rivals, you said, is what the weights were. The weight game was on.
Yeah, you'll see it. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, listen to that one. The Chuck Losley ones.
Wayful and Mac, all of them have been outstanding. I think we've done a great job at identifying guys in the transfer portal. Obviously, guys that need to help us on the field, but also guys that fit our culture and fit our team. You know, Ross has thrived in the program. He's up 16 pounds right now. Very powerful for his size. You know, Hudson is a pro mentality. He's got a vet presence, very mature, fluid, good football player. Eni, he's up almost 20 pounds since he came in January. Just got to continue to develop his speed and his strength. Shanahan, body composition guy. That's what we identified early with him. He lives in those low mid 300s, but we got to kind of do a composition reformation on him. Muscle mass, drop the fat, and he knows that. He's working really well toward that goal. Wafel's added 15 pounds since he's been on campus. Strong, compact athlete. And then King Mac. It's awesome to have King Mac back. His energy, his work ethic, you know, it's infectious to the rest of this team. So really happy to have him back. So a couple quick notes.
That was another one.
Mikey Hayes has been incredibly impressive so far. He's
Hayes.
wired right. Everything he does is important to him. Andrew Olish. The kid's added 17 pounds since he's been on campus. He's already an exceptional mover. He's got great ball skills. We just got to continue to develop size and strength with him. Kobe Howard, unbelievably strong, powerful guy from the jump for us. You know, we got a 7 a.m. lift group Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for these guys. He's the first one in the building for all those days. Darius Dixon, mature, coachable, smart, athletic. Mike Troutman, he's added nearly 20 pounds since he's been on campus. Really good athlete, fluid for a big body. And then Yvonne is a monster. You guys are going to love him. He's got a monster work ethic. Especially you'll see him when he gets out there. He's a very developed kid for a young kid. In his lower half, he's got a ton of strength. He's going to be a good one for us. And then the transfers. Mikey Hayes has been incredible.
Yeah, Tyke Hayes, man, true freshman running back. I guess he's putting on a show, which is awesome. He's a Pennsylvania guy. Then you got, Yvonne says a monster, he said. Yvonne Kamaju, that's a sick name, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a
I was going to
defensive.
say Penn State, like I'm going to do an all name.
Mikey Hayes.
Some of these names are insane.
Yvonne Kamaju is insane, dude.
And again, like Troutman, Johnny Troutman. I don't know if he's related to Johnny Troutman or not. I doubt it, but
actually, I think Troutman's
Johnny
a
Troutman. I think unless Johnny Troutman had a son at because Johnny Troutman played in 2011. So plus, unless he had his son at 16, even then, I don't think he would be old enough to be his son. But
could be uncle or something.
Yeah.
Andrew Olish.
But again, Andrew Olish, 5-star tight end.
Yep.
He calls himself a 5-star. Is he actually a 5-star?
Yeah, he was the number one. Remember, we flipped him from Michigan. He almost went to Michigan, man.
Well, Greg Garrity said this years ago that some of these guys, recruiting is tough because some of these guys, they just put 5-star in their Twitter handles and they're all of a sudden they're getting letters and they just say they're 5-stars and they're not. But yeah, I remember him now.
Hayes.
If they're a 5-star in one of the services, then they might put it up there. But he's a 5-star consensus across the board. But we all know that Penn State Rivals, we're not going to look at Rivals rankings. We're going to look at On3 or 247. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to look at Rivals rankings because the ones that matter the most are On3 and 24/7. So for the composite.
But just looking at the depth chart here, like Olish isn't even on the roster. I don't think Troutman is either.
It's probably just not updated, man.
Well, he's too young, Olish. I don't think he's going to play much because he's too young. Oh, and we're stacked there. Like 4 5-star, 4 5-star, 4 5-star, 4 5-star. Like, that's freaking insane. So, but yeah, so these guys that were Kobe Howard.
Kobe Howard's a receiver. Yep. From Florida.
Toonsy. He's getting up there, 4-star guy. Kobe Howard, he mentioned.
Yep. Kobe Howard's built, man. Like, check his story. See if his story's still up. He had pictures on his story. He's pretty built for us. No, you can't do it from there.
What was he? What star? I mean,
he was like a high 3-star or 4-star guy from Florida, but he had like an injury. He like broke his hand, so he was recovering from that at the end of the season. But he played with Beckham Kritza on Shauna Madonna, the high school. Yep, he played with Beckham Kritza. Tyke Hayes looks like a monster, dude, doesn't he? Look at him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a sick name too.
But yeah, running back. So running back, we got Tyke Hayes. We've got Singleton, Catron, Corey Smith, Quentin Martin. We have
Cam Wallace,
Tyke Hayes. Is that it? Is that all we got right now?
Well, we have one more coming in the summer. Jabri Wallace-Coleman, the one from Philly. Yep.
Yeah.
High 4-star guy. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're stacked at running back, too.
We'll probably lose one at some point. Because it's so
one of those things where, like, say Catron and Nick's both left, which they could have. We're looking at Corey Smith, Cam Wallace, Quentin Martin, and then Tyke Hayes. Tyke Hayes, I don't think is going to get any time. Now, next year, we're looking at Cam Wallace, Corey Smith, and Quentin Martin battling it out. Tyke Hayes will be in there, too. But Tyke Hayes is probably not going to play for a couple of years.
You don't know. Seriously. He could pass one of them, dude.
He could, yeah, for sure. He could. Yeah, no doubt.
Showing out.
But,
I mean, look what Nick and Catron did. They came in as freshmen and kicked everybody out, and they all left.
Yeah, they did.
That was crazy. They came right in, and they kicked everybody out and had insane freshman seasons. So you never know until it happens. So a fun fact here. You know how for the winter workouts, the position coaches post on like their story or their Instagram or Twitter, like the player of the day for winter workouts, right? They'll do for each workout. Elliot Washington for the cornerbacks has won every one. Elliot Washington's working hard right now, man. He's fast. He's strong. He's athletic. He's won 4 in a row. So pretty insane.
Well, I call it spring lifts. Like technically, I guess it's winter lifts.
Yeah.
But it's like it's March, so I'm just calling it spring, even though these are winter workouts.
Well, they started late because the season ended late.
Yeah, and then the spring workouts, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, winter workouts, you're maxing out. It's max days. Kevin Brown, who I talked about yesterday, they just had max out days. But winter workouts are really, you're putting in the grind, you're hitting heavy weights, trying to hit your maxes, I believe. And then spring, you're still hitting heavy weights, but it's not like you're not like maxing out. You probably do like a final max out before the season.
Yeah.
But you're doing that in season too. In season percentages and science goes into it, and you're lifting heavy, but you're not lifting I don't think you're maxing out really in season from what I remember.
Yeah.
because you have the wear and tear of the season. But
and they what they did this year, they had the what's it called? They had to customize the winter workout schedule and shorten it because of the season going in to this year so far into January. So instead of like 11 winter workouts or something, they're doing like 6 or, you know what I mean? Like they shortened it because they had to, because the spring ball's coming up and everything, and you want people to stay healthy. So you got to, I trust Chuck Losey and the staff. They're the best in the country. So whatever they're doing, they're going to be doing it right for the boys.
Yo, this dude's like, what, 6'5" or something?
Dude, look at his quads already. He's like 6.
But bro,
like
look how low
17.
Look how low the bar is.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
That's really low.
He just went right up there and boom.
I think they need to raise that bar up a little bit.
You would think so. He did it no problem, dude. He was chilling on that.
When it should be like at least if I'm looking at the weight stack right, 1, 2, 6. It should be at least 9 or 10. I usually put it on 9 or 10. I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
Bro, like what the hell, man? They got this thing so low. Like that puts unnecessary strain on your back. But I don't, who knows why they're doing
Maybe
that.
that's how he liked. Let's see him get up under it again. Maybe he likes to start low to get so he can push up on it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, this is like a high school, so it's not going to be as critiqued and scientific as a college. But
the form and how easily he put that up was just incredible.
Yeah, and then 410 on bench.
410 on bench. Yeah.
390 is it? Yeah, 395 is 4 plates. I think I said that wrong yesterday. 495 is 5 plate. 485 is 5 plates. So 395 plus 2 5s and 2 2.5s. That's 410. That's a shit ton of weight. So, I deadlift like 495. So that's deadlift. That's one of the heaviest exercises you can do weight wise. Yeah, dude, like that's freaking insane.
He's strong, man. Whew. He should have come into Penn State and be ready to go, man.
Well, he's that dude that did that Michael Orr push. He pushed a guy the whole way down the field.
And jumped out of the pool. Jumped out of a pool.
Yeah, jumped out of a pool. Like
that's just unheard of and should be unacceptable.
Yeah, that should be illegal to do that.
You shouldn't be allowed to do it. Yeah.
All right. NFL draft again. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. And again, daily show. Going to try to do a daily show. Just talk about whatever. It could be really anything, but I'm mainly going to be sports, fitness. Not really going to get into any politics too much. You guys know where we stand on that. But Abdul Carter projected 1 by Mel Kiper, and Tyler Warren projected 9. Now, I said yesterday I think Warren could go anywhere from 6 to 20. Probably before 20, but 6 to like 16 maybe at the latest.
He's that valuable.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Mel Kiper, all right, love him or hate him. The guy's good at what he does. I mean, he came out with, I think, his first draft report in 89. And then he just got signed on at ESPN. Like, the guy just came out of nowhere pretty much. He just started his own thing. Yeah. He's had a lot of big, like, storyline misses, like Johnny Football and Jamarcus Russell and Jimmy Clausen. I think he said if Jimmy Clausen isn't like a Pro Bowler in 3 years, then I'll quit. And he was horrible. And then, like, Jamarcus Russell next, John Elway, Johnny Football next superstar. Skip Bayless, the clown that he is, said Johnny Football would be bigger than LeBron in Cleveland. And you're talking about LeBron, man. Like, I don't like LeBron, but that dude he's not even human, bro. Like, he's so extremely gifted as an athlete.
He's 40
That guy
years
could've
old,
played-
still doing it.
Yeah, he could have played any sport. He was good at football too. He could have, like Randy Moss, he could have probably played in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James could have probably played in the NBA, or I'm sorry, in the NFL. You know.
Yeah.
Freaking what's his name? The one comedian does Family Feud. What's his name?
Family Feud. I have to look it up.
Steve Harvey. He did the NFL, he did the NFL honors one year, and he said, he's like, yeah, like they always talk about how these guys can play in the NFL like LeBron James. He's like, yeah, until you get hit.
Right.
And he said, if I was you guys, you NFL guys, I would come out onto this award show naked, just holding a rose in my mouth. Because they're so built and muscular, and hold on, I want to pull it up, dude. Like that, it was hilarious when he talked about that. I might get like demonetized, but whatever. I'm gonna pull that up real quick because that's one of the funniest things I've seen. Was when he was talking about. I mean, that whole thing was awesome, but all right. That was the 2020 NFL honors. Funny.
No, they not. LeBron James would have made. All of y'all can play basketball. They talk about basketball players, greatest athletes. No, they not. LeBron James would have made a great tight end. Yeah, until he caught a ball. Oh, he big. But once you come across the middle, Ed Reed is over there somewhere. There are people like Ronnie Lott is somebody over there. They're not the greatest athletes in the world, football players. Y'all can dunk. You're the greatest. Gladiators. But when you get a flag, y'all turn.
He says, I would come out naked with a rose in my mouth.
Bodies up with of y'all's life if you ain't in the Super Bowl. And you done covered your bodies up with clothes. Y'all lucky I ain't got your body, because I tell you right now, I be out here ass naked with baby oil on and a rose in my mouth, and I wouldn't give a damn how uncomfortable you was looking at me. I'm back.
That's like Kanye's wife. He brought her out naked at the Grammys. That was insane, bro.
Yeah, I heard Kanye's ex, what's her name? The girl with the short hair. One of his exes.
Well, he dated Kim Kardashian. Didn't he date Amber Rose too?
It was Amber Rose. Amber Rose said Kanye, she knows how he works. He does that because he wants other guys to want to bang his woman. Like, that's what he wants. Like, he loves it. You know, it's like, which just weird, dude. Like, if, you know, I mean, she's good looking, good looking, but like,
yeah, he
wants other guys to get off to that. Like, he wants.
Yeah, his wife now, I think, is Australian. She's got an Australian accent.
Something
but clearly he's got a type, man. Most of his girlfriends look the same.
Yeah.
She kind of looks similar to Kim Kardashian. But
yeah,
I heard that it was like a artistic thing where he was trying to sell something, trying to bring awareness to something he's doing, like selling or clothing that he's selling, or I don't know. But
yeah,
dude, she came out naked. Like, that's insane, bro. Like,
unreal. Yeah,
everyone sees it. You know, it's the Grammys.
He's the opposite of most guys. Like 95% of guys want them to be covered up. He wants her to be butt naked.
Totally naked, yeah. And for her to do that, man, like that's crazy. Like she's did that. I mean, because that would be
wild that she
embarrassing as heck.
I know.
But yeah, I've heard of that where like dudes like sell off like, you know, women or their wife, or it's like, not my thing at all. But yeah, that's a possibility, like you said. I'm assuming it would be for money, you know.
I don't know.
But that's
or just
that's
like
crazy.
the idea of it, he just loves it. From Amber Rose was saying,
just
talking about it.
Yeah.
She was talking to Shannon Sharp about it. That's where I saw it. Shannon Sharp. Yeah.
Joey Diaz, he talked about when he was at a show one time, this guy, it's a funny story. You got to listen to it. But this guy would you know, pawn his wife, you know, like get money for her. Like it's
crazy.
Yeah. But obviously that's illegal. But yeah, so not to jump off on too much of a tangent, but yeah, so how did we get on that?
I don't know.
Bring it back.
We gotta bring it back.
Oh, LeBron and like you know, these guys that are freak athletes. You know, he said that Johnny Manziel would have been bigger than him, and like that's just no, dude, that's that is not a that's not a not even a comparison. LeBron is just, he's LeBron. And again, like you talk about like recovery and preparing yourself well. I mean, like you said, he's 40 playing with his son.
Unreal.
You know, that's a Tom Brady type regiment where, and the guy looks the same, man. Like he doesn't look as young, because when he came into the league, bro, he's like 17, 16. He was very young.
Yeah, he was like, how old was he? Well, he went to college for 1 year. Oh, you're talking about LeBron. LeBron went.
Yeah, he came right out of high school.
Yeah.
And I think it was after, at some point they made you go to college for at least 1 year, but you used to be able to come right out of high school. Kobe did it. LeBron, Kevin Garnett, you know, a lot of those guys came right out of high school. But LeBron was called the chosen one, and he was just on another level, bro. Like when he came out of high school.
Yeah.
And you know, I've said this before. I always have respect for LeBron. I don't like him, but I've always had respect for him, man. A young man, come right out of high school, dude. And you've never heard him like really be in trouble or anything like that. To go from high school to like the ESPYs, red carpet, and be the next star in the NBA. Like you don't hear about him. You've never heard about him getting in any trouble, or he's always just been a pretty good role model. Now politically, like, that's a whole different conversation. But like the other day, Clay Travis, he said about how Taylor Swift is a good role model for young girls. I mean, if you think about it, she is, man. You know, she's never been in any type of trouble, very successful. You know, just she's not doing a lot of bad stuff. So I don't think she's the best role model, the single Catwoman, but as she said, but just some examples of people that are good role models. But man, it's interesting that Abdul could go one and then
Ty Warren go. For them both go top 10 would just be awesome.
Yeah, because, you know, it's happened in the past, obviously. We've had several first picks. In 2000, Tom Brady draft, as they call it. LeVar Arrington calls it his draft.
Yep.
Courtney Brown and LeVar Arrington, two Penn State linebackers, go first and second in the draft. 95, it was Kajana 1, Kerry 5, and Kyle Brady 10. 3 guys in the top 10. Blair Thomas went 2. Curtis Enos went like 6, I think. Man, it's always happened where I think in 2003 we had like 5 guys go in the first 2 rounds. 5 or 6 guys. It was like Larry Johnson, Bryant Johnson, Jimmy Kennedy, Michael Hayes, Spice Adams, Bryant, Frick, crap. What was that? One corner. He was on Shark Tank. This guy. Hold on, I'll find it.
I'm not sure.
But they had like 5 guys go in the first 2 rounds. Like what? Like what?
When 2023?
2003.
Oh, 2003. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, this year would be the first time we've had 2 in the top 10 in a while. So that'd be awesome.
It was, yeah, it would be, yeah. Brian Scott, that's who I'm talking about. He was on Shark Tank.
Okay.
So we had Anthony Adams, Brian Scott, Larry Johnson, Bryant Johnson, Michael Haynes, Jimmy Kennedy. Like, dude, what? That's crazy. And that was one of their better years, I think. But that was still in the down years of Joe Paterno. So
yeah.
But yeah. You just sent me this, Brett. Tyler Warren is worthy of George Kittle comparisons.
The quote's pretty cool.
I mean,
said, every year there's a lazy comparison, but this one makes sense.
Tyler Warren, man, like the thing about him is like in terms of what he can do, his dynamics, he's better than George Kittle, and
he's going to be better than George Kittle. I'm calling it now. I think we can all agree. As long as it translates, which I think it will. He's very smart. He's very hard to cover. He catches almost everything. Let's be honest. He had a couple drops the one game, but other than that, dude, like he's incredible.
Yeah, he's like he's more dynamic than Travis Kelce, dude. Like,
he is. He's better.
So I know
Travis
we got
Kelce's
off on a tangent.
Overrated.
He's really fallen off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got off on a tangent there. Sorry about that. But we always bring it back. So this is number 1 on SportsCenter. Between the legs flip.
Not only is it between the legs, that was for a hat trick to win overtime. Like that's an insane trifecta you'll never see again. For the hat trick, for the win in overtime, between the legs, just incredible, dude. He's a freshman too, apparently. That guy.
Number 1 has college hockey. Penn State versus Michigan. We're tied at 5 in overtime. Penn State's J.J. Weebush digs into his bag of tricks for the between the legs goal. Woo! What in the world is in that bag? What you got in that bag? Penn State would win it 6-5.
Look, I was wondering what that.
Pat Kraft, dude, like that's another sport. Hockey, they're coming up.
Yep.
Great
you
facility.
Natty in volleyball.
Yep. Great facility. Volleyball, wrestling. Penn State had their
networking
night.
Live at the Penn State networking night, and we're just acknowledging the Penn State Alumni Network, being able to connect and advance
Nick
our
is looking clean, man.
Looking clean always, man.
He's a big dude, too. Look at him. Frank was like 6'3", man. Dawkins like 6'5", 6'6".
And he's fit. He's not like chubby.
Bro, Dawkins like how tall he is, bro.
Yep.
Nick Dawkins is freaking huge.
And he's lean, dude. He's like under 300 pounds. He's like 295.
Yeah, dude. There's
look at Zane Durant.
Zane Durant.
Huge.
We've seen him quite a bit.
I saw him and his girl at Texas Roadhouse. Yeah.
See him at Sam's Club a lot. He goes to Sam's Club like twice a week.
That's funny.
But look how
I don't blame him.
Advance in our 5th quarters.
Huh?
I don't blame him.
Look at that. Franklin's 6'3", bro.
I think Franklin's 6'1" or 2.
Dude, Google Nick Dawkins' height. He's got to be like 6'5", bro. Like, holy crap. He's huge.
Yeah, let me see here. Dawkins. Let's go. 6'4", 298 is like what he plays at. But he's a center, so like it's normal for centers to typically be shorter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what technically think about it. He is shorter because our tackles are 6'6", 6'6", and 6'5". So the center is 6'4". The only downfall about Michael Troutman, the guy we just got, but we took a chance on him because he's a great football player. He's an interior offensive lineman. He's only like 6'2", but you can work with it. You know what I mean? Like he's only 6'2", but he puts the muscle and weight on. He can still be a good lineman.
Like AQ Shipley, he was 6'1". You know what I mean? But yeah, centers are usually shorter. So, but that's just Franklin's recruiting, man. He develops freaks, recruits them, develops them. Xavier Worthy arrested on felony domestic violence charge.
Jesus.
Young kid from Texas. It was him, and I think I don't want to get his name wrong. Is it Isaiah Pacheco was arrested?
Was he really with him?
No. This was like back in the day.
Oh, possibly.
Isaiah
Nothing's
Pacheco
worse.
was arrested.
Nothing's worse than Joe Mixon, dude. I saw him completely knock his girl out.
Yeah, that's
like I saw the video. You saw the video? It's insane.
Yeah.
Dude, she was out.
I mean, you're a football player, all right, and you're just some random girl. Not only are you a guy, you're stronger, but you're a football player and you're lifting weights and yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's why, with OJ, he's such a strong guy. What he did, supposedly, that's insane. What he did, man. Yeah. You have to be very strong to do what he did. Really, you do. So it's not even fair. If you're hitting a girl, man, you're doing some damage. But Anthony Howard said, "What's up with Chiefs receivers these past few years? This is wild." Yeah, Kadarius Toney was another guy.
Yeah, we couldn't catch the ball. He was terrible.
But who was that dude from Cleveland that was really good at receiver? Had drug issues.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't follow Cleveland.
It was he was really good, man. Josh Gordon, bro. God. He was so good. He could have been so good.
Crap. But, I gotta go for
you
work.
Do?
For work, yeah.
All right.
Shit. People are calling me.
All right, man.
But
That's
we pretty much covered it all anyway.
Yeah, we covered everything.
But
I'm gonna play a couple more videos here, but
all right, man. Well, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later, Mark.
all right, yep. See you, man.
All right, see you, man.
Tyler Warren.
Sore from that workout. I need a Rockin' protein shake to recover.
Rockin' protein ad.
Yo, that workout yesterday was crazy. I bought some Rockin' protein shakes from Walmart. They're in the fridge. You got to grab one to recover.
How do you know I was craving a Rockin' protein shake?
Pretty good stuff.
Start your recovery off right with Rockin' protein, available at your local Walmart.
You get them in sheets too. They usually taste pretty good. But all right, guys, that's pretty much it. Really nothing else for me to talk about. Brett's on call for work, so that's why he has to go. But there was one video I wanted to show yesterday that I wasn't able to. I saved it. This is Bill Belichick. UNC football players don't have names on their numbers on their jerseys.
Numbers and
their performance stands out more than anything rather than their name or their number.
Like gloves we wear and all that's not as important as doing your job and being responsible and accountable to your teammates and being a good teammate. So our focus is on the team and we're just all out there working, practicing, trying to get better. And it's coaches, players, all of us. And so it's not all about individual notoriety right now. It's about trying to put together a team. It's numbers and what color gloves we wear and all that.
Yeah, I just said I was going to put this up yesterday. I finally found it. So I didn't save it. I put it on my story. That's why I couldn't find it.
Time to be great. First spring practice. Time to be great.
Bill Belichick said his first words were beat Duke. But yeah, that's interesting. I think like Penn State's, we were just talking about it. Penn State started spring ball or winter workouts late because they were in the postseason. So I don't know what the calendar is, but that may be why North Carolina is already in their spring, because they didn't have much of a postseason. So one last thing. Yeah. Randy Moss, James Williams. Yeah. Good ad. Got to bring back the visors. That's Derek. Not Derek Johnson. I forget. That's freaking, I forget that guy's name. He had a cool name. Terrell Owens back in the day when he had his driveway workout.
That'd be great.
Like all day for the summer, I think.
It was a difference of opinion. I think the report is now that I was blowing my fans off. That's not the case.
So this is really about the fans too. I mean, they want to see you back.
I love the fans. I love the fans. I got no problem with the fans. Heads up. They don't pay me to go in there and talk to everybody and be friendly to everybody. I go in there, they paid me to play, and they paid me to perform. I don't get mad at nobody. There you go.
Did you curse at Andy Reid?
Nope. If he wants to be a man about it and really, have me go on the air and really tell the people what happened, then I can.
Is the contract situation the problem here?
I got sent home to Wednesday for whatever reason. Like I said, I mean, it was just a difference of opinion. I was defending myself. So,
hey, did anybody? How many is that? Damn, y'all making me lose count. Y'all want me to order y'all speech?
Yeah. Remember doing crunches in the driveway with his backwards camo hat on.